CMF approached public policy in the beginning from really self-interest. It was telling the story. It was maintaining the payout for private foundations at a reasonable level, keeping the excise tax as low as feasible. It meant with community foundations getting that tax credit. So from a self-interest standpoint, most everyone was on the train and wanted to participate. Now, when we got into some specific issues regarding state politics, that became a bit stickier. But CMF has never taken positions on individual ballot issues. Things have changed with Rob Collier's administration more recently. And I'm not sure where that's headed. That you will have to speak to him. But when we were involved, CMF would, whatever the public policy issue might be, we did not take a stand on it, but we would provide information, written information. We would have people speak at a conference or a workshop, and we would, if appropriate, do research for that point of view. And in each case, individual members made their own decisions on those kind of subject public policy issues. CMF had many important initiatives, and in some cases we were first in the nation. And one of these was visits to Washington, D.C. And this really grew out of Let's Get Crackin', when in 1977, the Council of Michigan Foundations led a delegation of only Michigan people, led by Bill White, who was then the chair of the Council of Michigan Foundations Board. And we went to Washington to call on Congress and our senators. At that point, I believe we met with 10 of our congressmen. They were sort of interested in seeing us, but didn't altogether understand. The issues that we were talking about were the payout. The payout was proposed as high as almost 7% at one point. And today, of course, it's at 5%. There was an excise tax on private foundations at 4%. And it was considerably too high. The monies were going back into the general tax base. So today it's 2% and in some cases 1%. That took a lot of work. But it was Bill White who led this charge, and I will never forget running in the bowels of the Capitol between the Senate and the House, literally through the basement with the pipes. But over the years, other regional associations, and there's many fine ones, saw the value of all of this. And then the Council on Foundations adopted the program, named it the Regional Associations of Grantmakers on the Hill, or RAGs on the Hill. And today there are almost 300 people that make that visit. And it's proven to be extremely valuable to have local people talking about what they've done, the value, and frankly, the issues that they have as well. It's something that CMF is extremely proud of. You know, it's interesting. We had no trouble getting people to go. They paid all of their own expenses. We did turn it into something a little bit fun. We would always have a dinner the night before, do the onslaught. We met at different clubs for lunch to compare notes. And it was very healthy. I'll never forget Congressman David Camp, who's now chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. But this was when Randy Reeker had been chair, and we were in Washington. We had lunch at the Capitol Hill Club, and we had met him earlier in the morning, all making our calls in many different places. And he said, well, I might join you for lunch. Well, he came running into the Capitol Hill Club to have lunch. He said, I was elected to House Ways and Means. Now, today, and he was so excited he paid for lunch, but today he is chairman of House Ways and Means. So those long-lasting relationships have paid off with the understanding of our government leaders.